Hello guys, so you're welcome back to another episode of the ABES Essentials Series. So today we're going to be mixing the beat. So without further ado, I'll just go straight into the mixing. Now I'm going to highlight the part where every sound is involved, which is the hook, and then we'll start from there. Let's just listen for a little bit before we start assigning tracks. I'm going to assign or route each individual sample or VST to their own individual channel. When it comes to the percussions, I like putting them together in one channel. I like mixing all my percussions without the kick though in one channel. So I'm going to highlight all the percussions just to be sure. Let's go to percussions. This is everything. Yep, then we'll have routed to this track, and then we'll call it percussions. So we have about 8 channels where we're going to mix each of the tracks. One rule I have about my mixing is that my mixing process is that if my low end is good, then every other thing will sound good, because that's where the muddiness and then the heaviness of the track is in the low end. So once we're able to balance the low end, every other thing works. So I'm going to solo my kick and my 808. I'm going to start with my EQ. So I like the parametric EQ2. Why? Because it's a visual EQ, so you can see all the bands here, so that you'll be able to know what you need to subtract or what you need to add. First, I like subtracting, so I'll just take down what I don't like first before I boost something else. Yeah, so just watch as I go. So most of the time what I do with kick is I don't do too much. Once I have a very punchy kick, sometimes I just drop it in the mixer and then I don't do any mixing at all. Now we've dropped that EQ, and then we'll go to the 808 and drop another EQ. So this is where the frequency is on this 46 hertz. That's where the bass is. So I'm going to cut the frequencies that we don't need. I think that's okay. So what next we're going to do is we're going to sidechain. Now you can see that, or you can hear that if you're using your headphones or your speakers, you hear that there's no breathing space for the kick. Like the 808s, it's not giving that space for the kick to breathe. So we're going to sidechain, and sidechain will help us to give room for the kick to breathe. So I'm going to load my Pr3sto limiter on my 808. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to our kick and we'll sidechain to our 808, sidechain to this track. So what you do is you'd right click on this knob and then hit sidechain to this track, then you reset so that it takes effect. Now we're going to go here. It's already sidechained, so we'll go to the it's already linked, so we'll go to the compression, we'll go to sidechain, right click, and then our kick 6 is there. Okay, so now it's already linked. Now we're going to play with these knobs so that we can balance the lows. Bring down your threshold. You can hear from when we adjusted the release, you can hear that it ducks, right? It will go like something like that. Yeah, you can see from the frequencies up on the limiter that the ducking is there. Okay, so next up we're going to bring in our percussions. I'm going to solo the percussion so that I can hear it clearly. I use parametric EQ in every one of my mixing channels so that I can get the visualization. You can see that nothing is happening on the low end, so we're going to cut that out. So our focus would be on these parts that are and then next up, I want them to be together. I want it to be tight. So I'm going to use a compressor. Sure. So I have this nice compressor here, classic compressor. This is from Kajir Host Audio. I like this compressor a lot, so I just have I just use the preset drums, and it's good. Just a little bit of changes, a little bit of addition or subtraction does so well for the mix. So I'll blend it with our kick and our 808. Alright, I think it sounds good. So next off, I'm going to go to my VSTs or my melodies. The E piano. As usual, we have the parametric. Normally for this, we just cut the lows because we don't need it. The bass is already doing the lows for us already. And then a little bit of the highs. I just need that mid frequency in there. You can see that while I'm mixing, I'm pulling down my faders. I'm pulling them up and down. Some people, or generally it is called gain staging. People do it differently, but then however it works for you, you can do it before, you can do it pre-mixing or post-mixing, if that makes sense. Gain staging is where you level the gains of each of your sounds so that it's a balanced it's balanced in the volume or the velocity. So I do mine while I'm mixing. It doesn't, for some people it actually messes up the mix post mixing, but if you do it pre-mixing, then it's going to work fine. But for me, I like doing it while I'm mixing. It works good for me like that. Yep, let's get on. So you can hear that there's a lot of space. The E piano is there in the mid frequency, is there in the middle, while the percussions are playing around as well. The kick is also in the middle. Now what I want to do is I'm going to put on our pad. Our pad is going to go stereo so that it fills up all the spaces that are missing while the other sounds are playing, right? I will use the stereo enhancer and then use strings. Then I'll pull down. I'll still cut down some frequencies using the parametric EQ. I think it's getting there. It's getting there. So you will hear something about the muted guitar on the delay part of it. It's not in sync, so I'm going to go and get it fixed. Yeah, 1/4. When the timing is 1/4 is good there. Okay, I think I'm going to change this piano. Doesn't sound good for me, so I'm going to change it. I need harmonics instead. With my Nexus, I like the harmonics in Nexus, so I'm going to use it. Turn up the delay and turn up the reverb. I'm going to cut some frequencies as well. I just need the highs. And then some stereo. I want it very wide, So I'm going to use this. Okay. Sorry about that. I'm going to take it up. I don't really like it there, but then, well, do you like it there?